breaking down. If the lightning comes to strike, I'll be the projection on the wall that it lies. A carousel line, just look into the sky and follow the light. My fate in my own hands, gleam in my eyes. Give me the thunder, hear the thunder, cozy thunder, right now. Give me the thunder, hear the thunder, cozy thunder, right now. Give me a
Do you know where secrets go? 'Cause I've forgotten mine. They've slipped out of my control, and you know where they hide. Your love's a little heavy, you're touching me already, and it's working up my nerves. You should probably forget me, 'cause I'm terrified you'll get me when I'm at my worst. It's not too late to let you know that you're in love with a ghost. So run, pack up your bags and run. Once you see the truth, you'll be over it. Run. And when it's all said and done, you just gotta run. I could whisper sweeter things, and back to me you'd crawl. Puppeteer your love for strings, but it's not love at all. My ego's still providing, I'm not the one who's driving, but I can't find the brakes. Yeah, girl, there's no denying that even though I'm trying, I'm your next mistake. I'm falling in deep. You should take me at my word. It's not too late to let you know that you're in love with a ghost. Run. Pack up your bags and run. Once you see the truth, you'll be over it. Run. And when it's all said and done, you know you gotta
Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. Let's play.
Let's be friends. You only need what's best for you and not them. Don't pretend. Now I don't wanna lose sleep, thinking about everything we could be. Let's just see what comes to be. She said, we're all made in Hollywood, fake loving and hating on silver screens, believing everything we come to see. Go outside, it feels so good. We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe. We just see everything. You seem so rehearsed, but do you really care? I always feel like you're never aware. You're a part of me, but we're so apart. Where is your heart? Now I don't wanna lose sleep, thinking about everything we could be. Let's just see what comes to be. She said, we're all made in Hollywood, fake loving and hating on silver screens, believing everything we come to see. Go outside, it feels so good. We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe. We just
Oh, that was scary for a second there. Woo! Thought it wasn't going to work for a second, but welcome, everyone. We are live with the Odyssey Racing League's Season 13 at the GT Americas Division. We are here at Sazuka for round one. Currently on board with, I think that's Finn. Is that Finn we're following? Yep, that is Jake Finn. We are following in the Ferrari on his outlap. First man out on track, so we'll stay on board with him. See if he can set, well, I mean, he's going to set the bar. We'll see how high he sets the bar. I am joined by Blake Morgan in the, Brett Storm in the, I was looking at Blake Morgan on the leaderboard. Brett Storm in the booth. I think he just went, he hasn't returned from grabbing a water though, so.
I'm back.
Oh, there he is. Brett, say hello.
Howdy, guys. It's good to be here.
Looking forward to some exciting racing for sure. Our rookie race yesterday was pretty, I mean, I was in it. My part of it, wherever I was, that was fun. I had a lot of fun, so hopefully the feeling was mutual. I know I ran into Brett a couple times.
More like I ran into you, but well, yeah. It was a good race.
Sazuka makes for some tight racing. Hopefully the field will be as tight as the rookies was. And for those of you that don't know, we did, I believe, go back to the Pro-Am split. So we do have two separate classes going on this season. Last season, I know we stopped doing that for, I'm not quite sure why. Zach saying yesterday's race was embarrassing for him. It happens. We all get a drop round two, so just make sure it's your worst round of the season. All right. So we're following Jake Finn as he comes through the S's right now. Super technical part of the track into the long straight. Got to make sure you get a good exit out of the last bend there, or I mean, you're just going to be eating up time. This part was the hardest. Those two corner right-handers right there, high speed, going downhill. Those were the hardest ones for me to get the hang of, for sure. Had struggled keeping it in bounds. This hairpin, pretty straightforward, I'd say. Not too difficult, but again, you got a long straight at the end of it, so you're going to want to maximize your exit. Let's see. I guess I got no data to go off of yet because nobody's made a time. Almost he takes it all the way to the edge of the track there. Gonna want to do the same thing here. Doing a great job of maximizing that track width. I'm not gonna lie though, it does look like whoever's in that Porsche behind him, is that Justin maybe?
Chase Jones is chasing him.
Yeah, whoever's in that Porsche looks like he's catching up. I'm curious to see the relative times between those two, but it does look like Chase might have just invalidated there. This chicane, tricky. Obviously, especially right before the end of the lap, you can make or break your lap on that chicane for sure. So we're going to get both of them coming across the line. I think Chase definitely put up a better time. Let's see. Yes, he did by 0.6, almost 0.7 of a second. Chase Jones with the 159 flat. Woo, baby, that is fire. Brett, what are your thoughts on a 159 flat?
Yeah, I'm looking at these first couple laps coming in, and he's beating the rest of the field by over 0.7 of a second, which is pretty crazy for the first out, like, flying lap.
That is a statement to be made. Curious to see if he's got more time. More time in the bank, too. Obviously, that's, you know, you typically don't expect anybody to put their fastest lap out first. But it does occasionally happen. Let's go ahead and hop on board with someone. Let's see. Richard's about to start a lap, so here we go. Let's hop on board with Richard. I like that livery, Richard, too. Very, very Canadian. And it's got the A on the sides. Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful livery, Richard. Let's see, Richard's lap he just completed was a 2:02.6. So that's not a terrible lap. That's a decent lap. It's certainly a far cry from the 159 flat. But, respectable. I'm sure Richard will be hoping to get down in the 201s, probably closer to 201 flat. He's 8/10 up on his lap right now, so that's boding well for him. Oh, I just realized I have the wrong view on. Huh, silly me. Sorry, guys. It's been... oop, that's the wrong button, too. It's been a minute. What is it? F2. There you go, guys. There you go. That's more professional looking. I agree. Don, where were you also? I didn't see you last night. I hope you're racing with us this season. Yeah, I agree though. That is a hell of a bankers. We see Richard getting squirrely a couple times throughout this lap.
Got Lesma coming in with a 158.9.
Luke. Oh my gosh, Luke has not been seen in ORL for a couple seasons. He made some guest appearances, but he used to be a regular and a front runner for sure. Luke coming back with a vengeance, it looks like.
His
Yes.
first two Porsches are pushing the fast right now.
And yes, Goose, to answer your question, they are running the 2 splits. I'm assuming it's as before, so the whites will be your pros and the silvers will be your AMs. Richard coming through this chicane. Where'd he go? I was following him. He's still up on his time. Oh, right. Literally, as I say, he's still up on his time. He spins out. If that's not a commentator curse, I don't know what is. He was like 6/10 up, too, so that's going to be gutting. That would have been 202 flat for the guy. Let's see where Luke is. Luke, I literally just updated my Awesome Sim Racing like 30 minutes before the race started, so your livery is not uploaded properly, friend. I know, Chad. I know. How could I? I'm sorry. Oh, Brett, here. Let me see if I... Hopefully this doesn't bog my computer down too much. I'll see if I can share my screen so you can actually see what I'm broadcasting. All right,
We
we'll
have
give it a sec here.
Jacob don't know, butcher his
Stofko.
last name, Stofko here.
Yes,
Getting
no,
up in P2.
Stopko was he was quick. He had a actually rather unfortunate season last season. He was a contender in almost every race last season, and then would have one mistake or another that just take him completely out. Stofko is quick in that Aston Martin. All right, it does look like my computer can handle broadcasting and screen sharing. So I got the actual broadcast going in our Discord, so you can, as I pop around, see what I'm looking at. Also, though, feel free to pop around on your own and point out stuff.
I gotcha. No worries.
But yeah, Stofko, whew, only 0.003 of a second off of Luke. So you got Jones, Stofko, and Luke. Several tenths ahead of the rest of the pack. Jake Finn and Justin Turk are very fast. Blake Morgan also very fast. So to be that many tenths of a second ahead of them, this is quite a statement. Here we come, Stofko coming down the start-finish straight. Let's see if he's going to improve. Interesting. He dips off to the inside. I think he's pulling in, getting new tires, refuel maybe. 300ths, sorry. Yeah, math. I'm usually pretty good at math, but it's been a minute. Just signed up for college classes, though. Tested in college algebra. I thought I was going to bomb that test for sure. Let's check up with Justin. Justin, an ORL staple. Been around for a minute. He's won a couple times, I do believe. Always in contention most seasons. Plagued with work and an injury for the last couple seasons, so we haven't seen him, but he is back. Told me he dropped the brake drum on his toe. That's gotta kill.
Does not sound like fun.
Yeah, no. I was like, oof, how's your toe not dust?
It's like me trying to race last season with a ruptured tendon in my heel.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't even know why. Dude, man, that just sounds painful. But, I mean, it also sounds like maybe good therapy, physical therapy. That's why the camera angles suck. We were in TV1. Oh, your sim grid rating is too high. I feel like... All right, so what? I take it you can't race on Thursdays, which is why you aren't racing in this one? I feel like we could probably get you in. Get you in. Because, I mean, we were definitely evenly matched in pace. Hopefully I'll get promoted out of it this season. But let's see. This is the first season I haven't started from pits in like forever, so a big win for me there. All right, Justin is 2/10 coming into this chicane. 2/10 up, I should say. He's 5/10 down, however. He's gaining another 10 through that chicane. Slamming that throttle, he might gain an even extra one. Justin crossing the line, moves up to 4th place. Now just under 3/10 back from pole position. As he dips off. That'll probably do it for him. I mean, he'd have to go out like right now to get all the way back around, so I doubt he's going to try it. Let's see. We got Stofkow out on track. Yes, we do. We used to, Eric. I don't know if we still do. I mean, if someone comes in and is like outpacing the rookies by a ton, they'll get bumped up for sure. But I think we've been trying to stick more towards with the sim grid rating. I think things kind of iron themselves out, and typically you got to finish out the season. But yeah, in the past, if someone's been like 2 seconds clear of the rest of the pack, they'll get moved up mid-season.
We also do it the other way around. Is I know last season there was a couple guys that were moved down as well towards the middle of the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we certainly like to keep it competitive racing, fair racing. Yeah, Don, I mean, that's up to you. 3rd, obviously, that would get you promoted, but I feel like, I mean, I'll talk to the admins. I feel like we'd let you in on Wednesdays, especially if it's a matter of you just can't race on Thursdays. It's not like you're outpacing everybody to where it wouldn't be fun for you or the rest of the grid. Stofko. I can't tell where he is relative to his best lap, actually, right now. But he's going to get one more go at it. But right now, Luke's 158.9 is standing as pole position. Let's check up with Luke and see how he's doing. Stofko crosses the line. Unable to improve.
Yeah, I'm on with Chase right now, and he's about 2/10 up on his fastest. Would put him in that pole position.
Yeah, that would give him pole. I'm on board with Chase right now, as it looks like he's coming into the chicane. Again, a little squirrely coming out of there. Those curves in the oh, and he's going to dip into the pit, so he's going to abort the lap. Turek is in the pits. So it's going to be eyes on Stofko to see if he can yoink pole from Luke here. Stofko is 1/10 up with the fastest Sector 1 so far. Ooh, he went pretty wide there. I don't know. I think that might have invalidated him. We'll see, though. I feel like he'd just pull off and return to pits if it did. He's continuing on, so I'm thinking he's still in.
rough time. There he goes.
There he goes. He's lost in the marbles there. That's definitely a tough spot, especially because you have to tap the brake while your outside tires are on that curbing, and it's really easy to break the rear loose there.
Last couple guys coming across the line with their last laps. See if there's any changes.
No game audio. Let me take a look here. It's on. It's down pretty low. How about now, guys? How's that? Is it just down too low? Okay, so it's just down too low. Let me turn it up higher. There you go. Let me find someone still on a lap too, so we're not sitting in the pits. Yeah, I pull on someone pulling into the pits. Two people pulling in the pits. Oh! Blake Morgan goes down. All right, guys, we're gonna throw on the intermission. We'll be right back.
Abrázame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad y más encontrando vida en el camino, melodías que no hemos tocado. Y yo no quiero descansar. Resuena por la pared, creando una canción. No quiero perder el ritmo. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad y más
All right, guys, let's get this grid walk started. Oh, nope. Never mind. The grid walk is messed up, so we're gonna wait till I guess the grid's properly set.
Somos miles, crecemos en número, solo un trueno de horizontes, seremos miles, más allá, a través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos, más allá. A través de
All right, let's try this round 2. There we go. Now we're going. Luke Lozamo, well done to you, Luke. Good to see you back and up in P1. Jacob Stavko nipping at his heels in that Aston Martin P2. Chase Jones, also in a Porsche. P3, good for him in that BSR livery. Justin Turek, also note, Justin Turek in P4. So we are not 4, unfortunately. Jake Finn, Mustang, since P6. Fabio Soares, P7, and Aston Martin chip livery. Blake Morgan is in P8, I think. That was weird. Alexander Zay in P9. Bruno Fantasi, P10 Ferrari. Victor Diaz, P11 in the McLaren. ACC is a bit loud. Turn it down. There we go. Miss Rafael Duarte in P12 in the Ferrari. David Castillo in P13 in that Mercedes. Guillermo Perez P14 in the Aston Martin. Phil Cryo P15 in that awesome Odyssey Racing livery McLaren. Miguel Mata in the BMW P16. Diego Musa P17 in that McLaren. Guys, if you're not seeing your livery, it's not uploaded properly. Rui Castro P18 in the McLaren as well. Mario Costa in the Porsches in P19. Adrian Vargas, it looks like starting from pits. That's unfortunate. Pedro Barata, P21. Loving that livery with the mouth up front. Batista, P22 in that Porsche. Andres Maria with the awesome purple McLaren. It's in P23. Andre Alex Alfonso in P24. Steve Sloan, P25. Bonus Charles, sit in P26 Porsche. Rowdy Burns in the Porsche, sit in P47. And bringing up the rear in P28 is Mr. Carpet with the awesome Canadian livery Porsche. All right, Brett, any predictions for us?
After yesterday's race, it's whoever can survive those first couple laps. He seems to, be able to have control. So we'll see how these first 2 laps go, and hopefully they keep it clean.
Luke is kind of a two-sided coin. Sometimes he's really in form and on point. Other times he's, Miley Cyrus wrecking ball. So we'll see which Luke shows up today. I guess the same thing could be said about Stavko in his last season. He was always in contention, but always managed to miss out. So it's Sazuka. It's definitely, like you're saying, a race of attrition. Lots of S's, hard to overtake. Anybody, accidents can happen deeper in the race for sure. Also, I feel like it was all had to do with the grid walk camera angle why the cars were so loud. So close up. Got the heli cam. We are waiting as they come down this start-finish straight, guys. Season 13 about to get started.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Turn myself upward. Green flag is waving, and we are racing with a clean start from Luke. Chase Jones looking like he might take the inside from Stavko. Stavko doing a good job of sticking it around the outside. If he can stay side by side, he's going to get the inside coming into the next turn. further back. It looks like we're pretty clean all the way through. Stavko and Chase Jones still battling it out here. They're still side by side coming to the S's. Stavko gonna, yep, close him off there. Luke Lazama, though, stretching his legs early. As I gotta turn my volume up. Sorry, yeah, I added a, there we go, that should be better. Thing to make it so I don't blow your ears out when I get excited, guys.
If one casualty so far, Diego Musa got spun out on the second S there, but one casualty is not too bad here.
Not too bad at all. As we move down the grid, we're gonna watch everybody come into this. See a couple guys get side by side. Honestly, the helicam is the best for this corner here. Oh! And we get a little bit of contact there on, who are we on? I can't tell who I'm watching right now. That's Duarte. Spinning it around and getting back up there. Got some side-by-side action between Costa and who's in the GTR? I can't even tell. Now we got, wow, where's the Nissan on the list? That's strange. We got, it should be Costa, and I believe that's going to be Say, who's making the thinking about the overtake. Costa running way wide here. Ooh, it's getting tight up front too, further up the field as they come into that chicane, but it looks like everybody able to make it out okay. Let's check up with the leaders here. So you got Luke P1, Stavko P2, Chase Jones P3, so it's as Justin P4, so it's as they were after the first lap.
Luke is building this almost 1 second lead already.
I mean, after that first corner, he had like a 1 second lead. It was crazy. So after lap 1, Duarte, yep, had that big spin, 14. Vargas, Barata, Musa, and Zay are the big losers, unfortunately, so they'll have some work cut out for them. Biggest mover so far, Bonus Charles moved up 7 spots on that first lap, so good job, Bonus. Those are some bonus positions, eh?
That's a good one.
Richard, see him getting froggy, coming through those corners in the back there, battling with some guys. I think he got ahead of all of them. Let me see if I can find him. No, he's still fighting. Where is he at? There he is.
He got ahead of the
3
pack.
wide going back there. We got Rowdy Burns, Musa, and Sloan all battling it out right now. This is in the back of the grid, but you know, wherever the action is, that's where we go. Burns gonna take him up the inside of the spoon. Looking good. Hopefully he didn't have to compromise his exit too much. That's looking like a solid exit. It's gonna come down to aero package here, though, I'll tell you what. As a McLaren driver, though, I can never get anybody in the straights. So good on ya, Burns. Well done there. Let's hop around. Blake Morgan, where you at? He's a fan favorite, we know. Guys, in the chat also, like the video. Subscribe to the channels if you haven't. Super chat me. I don't even know what that means, but do it up. That would be cool, mainly because then I figure out what it is. Also, though, most importantly, call out who you're rooting for, and I'll make sure to give them plenty of screen time.
Battle for second. Here.
Yep, I just hopped onto a good call. Jones and Stavko side by side, little bit of contact. Jones gets bumped off. That's definitely going to move Justin up. Maybe a couple other spots as Jones struggles to get back on. I know you can tell he's trying to do it safely. That's a tough spot to do it on. I mean, you don't want to come to a stop. That's just a major killer there.
All this fighting, it just allows Luke to get a bigger gap.
Yeah, Luke is getting up there as well. I feel like this is also how Sazuka goes. Very much, think about our race last night. I remember Zachary Wyatt was backing a bunch of people up into each other. That created one of our train sessions. And then, I mean, Robbie. Robbie's sort of Asian, man. I can't tell you how many trains I got stuck. I don't know how he kept getting past me, but he kept getting stuck in so many trains behind him. Because again, it's a tough track to overtake on. If you're a decent defensive driver, you can hold your own pretty well here. You just got the 2 straightaways to really watch your back.
It's like we got the ORL esports driver himself, Phil, getting moved up position here from 12th to 11th as well.
Let me hop on board. I bet I can catch that replay. Oh yeah, Phil getting aggressive coming into the hairpin with a nice move on the Aston Martin there. What's that? Oh, that's not the hairpin, that's the spoon. But yeah, great move up the inside, Phil. Chase Jones has plummeted back to 8th place now. That's got to be absolutely gutting. Ooh, what just happened? And I just jumped the ground. I don't know what's going on. A couple of penalties given out so far. We got a 15-second for Costa, 10 seconds for Bonus Charles. Like Diego just made an overtake. Let's see if we can get that. Oh no, these guys are still battling here. Let's stay on Burns. Slowing all over the back of Burns right now. I know the McLaren's strong through the S's in particular. Where did you find the best spot to overtake on the track, Brett?
Without hitting anybody, probably if the start-finish straight. If you're very comfortable with your brakes going into that, you know, that awkward right-hander, I think that's like my favorite spot to, you know, outbrake people on this track.
Absolutely, yeah, that was definitely a good one. I personally I thought the end of the S's, that last left-hander, it took a little bit. You had to leave yourself enough of a gap to get on the throttle so you didn't have to lift if you're following the car, but I was making moves up the inside of that, you know, into that long straight.
Yeah, the S's on the Beamer were not the greatest for me.
Yeah, well, isn't the Beamer's known to be a bullet, isn't it? It's a straight line monster.
Yeah, it's a straight line monster, and it can outbrake, you know, most cars, but there's consistent turns.
Big off the track there for Musa. That's unfortunate on 130R. That's going to be heavy damage. Let's check up with our leaders here. Justin Turek has moved up to 3rd place after that fiasco with Chase Jones, and he's running down Stavko. Justin Turek was not giving himself much credit either. I spoke with him before the race. Obviously, it's his first time back in a couple seasons. He was expecting to be around 10th place. Ironically enough, I told him, you say that every week, and then you end up qualifying like P4. That's exactly where he qualified. Luke Lizama, make sure to give him some screen time and some mention because he's stretching his legs to almost 4 seconds to the good now. We're only 10 minutes into this race. I agree, Don. Here you can hold a car that's 1 second a lap or even a little bit more faster than you at Bay, for sure. That's exactly what was happening to us most of the race. Very difficult track to overtake on. Really got to apply the pressure, almost force a mistake. Which ain't nobody got the ability to do to Luke right now. Check the track map, see where the battles are. Burns and Sloan still all over each other. Everybody else is kind of ironing themselves out. We got Perret and Castro here. This is close enough to result in something. If there's a difference here.
Handler Jones losing 2 spots going off at the end chicane.
Oof, that end chicane can be a tough one. There you can see So Castro's gotten all over he's definitely closed that gap to Perret. I don't think he's, again, the McLaren, it's just not good in the straight lines, man. Even when you get a good exit, like, if it's a long straightaway, they're going to come back at you.
We're getting a little grouping here. Looking like
I see that.
eighth through
Fourth to eighth.
fourth.
Yep. Got
Closer
Finn up
and
at the
closer.
front of that. Soares, Williams, Morgan, and Jones. Oh, chat. This was an argument between these two drivers before the race started, so let's see. And it's a tough one, I think. I'm not going to lie, though. I think I got to side with Richard on this one. Richards is pretty freaking sick, but of the two of them, let us know. You got Justin Turek livery. Ah, man, Justin Turek's livery is pretty dope, too, though. It's just... I'm not even a big Skulls guy, and that's nice. Tasteful. So Justin Turek's livery or the Canadians? There's several Canadians, but there's only one, the Canadian. I don't know. Richard's flannel with the A on it, that's pretty sick, too. I feel like he's run this before.
This just reminds me of the PAF, I think that's how you pronounce it, PAF Motorsports Porsche that runs in IMSA.
Miguel James shouting out, go Luke. Luke is having a race. He's in a league of his own. But this ain't a rom-com. What we got in front of Richard right now? They're making a move. It looks like, is that Murillo? That is Murillo in the purple Porsche.
Fabio, Finn, they're all grouping up here, 4th through 5th.
Oh, yeah, they are. We got two wide coming into the first corner. Finn having to take the wide line. Honestly, might let Morgan through. Is that Morgan? Who is that? Williams. It's Williams. In the Mustang. Right, so Soares gets that. Now that group's kind of moved out. Let's see. Justin Turek just made a move on Stavko. Let's see if we can get this replay. Justin's pretty far back as they come through the S's, so it might be a mistake from Stavko. Looks like Stavko dips a tire. Yep, that's going to cost you so much time if you dip a tire into the grass coming out of the S's into that straight. He just falls prey to Justin. Meanwhile, Luke is almost 6 seconds ahead right now.
I mean, at this point, 45 minutes left, but his race to lose at this point.
Oh, it's definitely his race to lose. I love you, Luke, but you are capable of losing this. Just keep your focus. Lord knows, I would hate having this big of a lead. My attention span would not allow for it.
I just feel less confident driving by myself.
No, I almost prefer having a car ahead of me, like catch up to that car. You know what I mean? Having that motivation, like it's right there.
I have Andre Alfonso taking a spin.
Oh
In the
no!
last corner.
That is unfortunate for him, as it looks like David Castillo gets around him as well. We got these guys are getting pretty close, 13, 14, 15. So we got Zay in the GTR, Diaz in the McLaren. Diaz all over the rear of him. again, really tough to overtake on, though. You have to be very brave. It really comes to all your opportunities are breaks for the most part, I would say. Everything's really pushing the line, even the one. Oh, but I think he's got it here up the inside. No, that GTR is going to battle back again. That McLaren just does not go fast straight.
Not too familiar with the GTR, but I know it's one of those get up and go cars off corners.
Yeah, it's an older car. Other people say it's difficult, but more and more people seem to be driving it in the Pro-Am, and they do well in it as well. Anybody I've seen drive it, with the exception of Richard, does pretty well in it. But
let me ask you a question. What do you 1 through 10 right now, what do you see the difference in this race compared to our race last night?
I mean, they're a lot faster.
There's that. There's a resounding missing of McLarens in the top 10 here compared to our race.
That is an excellent pointer outer there. There's still a good fair amount of McLarens on the grid, but yeah, definitely a good thing to point out. I've noticed. That seems to be a trend too. You never get any like front runners in a McLaren in the Pro Series. Over in Europe.
Like watching the LFM Europe, or just the LFM Pro Series, I think the biggest thing this season is the amount of Hondas that have come out and that are leading. Pretty absurd to me. I know Honda's a very popular car, but it's also like one of the hardest to understand.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big trend in the last several seasons we've had, just, in ACC as a whole and in our league, is the, like, older generation cars seem to be resurging a little bit. Let's see who else we can hop on board with. So here you got Murillo, that's Sloan. Sloan looking like he's going to come. Now this is McLaren on McLaren here, so this is going to be a good race there. This is going to come down to trim, I think, you would think. And Murillo gets it back. It looked like Sloan had a way better exit there too.
If Raphael and the Ferrari behind can join.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Raphael is coming in hot. He's looking like he might take Sloan down this straight here. Oh, he just can't get alongside of him, but he's going to stay behind him. Really still can't make it happen, though. All three of these guys right in there. Just takes one mistake from one of them. Going to get through the chicane and start the cycle all over again. Murillo breaking off, trying to break the toe, cutting back inside. These guys were right up on Richard at the beginning there. Richard doing a good job of just keeping his head down. He's pulling away from this debauchery, and not even sure if that's a word. And says I'll have none of it. I need to jump on board with Sloan here. Though, as Duarte is getting all up on him. But you can see now who's coming in behind Duarte now. Mastillo? Mastillo is coming, so... Who's the slow car in this?
I don't know. Duarte was just handed a 10-second penalty on top of that as well.
Oof, he's definitely got damage that indicates a 10-second penalty. I do love Sloan's livery. That dinosaur livery is sick.
We did have a change in the top 10. It's like Chase Jones takes 7th over Morgan.
Oh, nice. Okay, and the pit window just opened up too, guys. So as things just sort of quieted down, what times are they running? Who are you wanting to know? Let's see. I mean, I can run you down the list. Your front runners are all doing 2-minute flats up to P8. Then we're in the 201s. And then, no one's really doing more than a 202, a couple 203s. So the grid's pretty well split in there. It's not, the gap is not as much as it was in qualifying, that's for sure. Except for, I mean, I guess Luke did a 159.2, so that's pretty crazy. Justin did a 159.7. Stavko did a 159.5. Fabio did a 159.9. So all 5 of the 4 of them, great race pace, guys. So, from my experience yesterday, the overcut slays on this, because I stayed out and made, like, I think 5 positions by staying out 2 laps. But again, it's also, you know, I was stuck behind a guy I was slower than. One of those tracks where once you get around him, if you can get around him, you can start pumping in the lap times. So it does make sense to overcut more powerful here. But I guess really it just depends on what traffic you're going to come into. Second, third, and fourth, though, are tight in it now. Stavko managed to steal second back as well. I missed when that happened. I would have thrown the replay up for sure. Ooh, Stavko again, maybe just a tidbit swirly there. Nothing too bad, though. Nothing too bad. Didn't really cost him much time or anything.
Like this next couple laps, we're gonna start hitting some back markers. Luke just passed the first back marker of the race, so it's definitely a track that traffic will be a big difference here.
No, absolutely. Traffic will be huge. Justin is all Stavko. Definitely, I think, struggling a little bit for grip now. Justin is all over him. And Fabio doing a good job of sticking right there with him as well. Yep, you can see Stavko running a little wide in 130R there. He's definitely hurting. Justin having to lift just a little bit through that chicane. He's getting a good run at him there. Ooh, it looks like he's still coming. I don't think he's coming quickly enough, though.
It's like on that straight, even with the toe, the Aston is pulling away from this Porsche.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree. Justin looks like, I don't know if he's falling back or Fabio just putting him under pressure, but again, close there for a second.
Looks like our Lord and Savior Richard's gearing up to make a move back here in 18th, trying to overtake.
Let's take a look at that for sure. Lord and Savior, I love that. Lord and Savior falling under some pressure from Steve Sloan. Or did he just take that position from Steve Sloan? Lord and
Yeah, he
Savior
took
was,
it.
Lord and Savior, Richard was way ahead of him, so something must have happened. Or did he pit? Nope, something must have happened. So he was ahead of these guys.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I know he had a bigger gap at the beginning of the lap, but yeah, it looks like through the S's, Sloan was able to close hard. Looks like Sloan goes a little wide there.
Justin Turek dropping back. Yes, Justin Turek is into the pit. So Justin, the first of the leaders to pit. Keep an eye on that, guys. Alright, I'm trying to find this sheet. But I can't find it. Stofko. Coming through 130R now, giving the flashers to Rowdy Burns because he knows Justin was right there and into the pits and he does not want to get undercut. Maybe that was something Justin saw coming and thought, hey, I'm gonna pit and avoid this traffic. As I expected, Stofko and Fabio are now into the pits. Where is Justine?
In fact, we also have Finn in 5th place pitting. Chase Jones in 6th decides to stay out.
Justin is all alone on the racetrack right now, about to come into the spoon. So I'm gonna assume that's gonna put Chase Jones out ahead of Justin. Or not Chase, who was it? Who we were watching? Who was Stofko, that's who it was. Where you at, Stofko? Where you at on the list here? There's Stoff. Nope. He's still in the pits. He is still in the pits. He's exiting the pits now. Justin is coming or down the start-finish straight, coming in hot. The cameraman is smart and switches to helicam right as Justin gets Stofko. Oh, and Fabio who jumps Stofko in the pits. So well done, Justin there on the undercut. You don't see that on Animal Planet. That is a play. And now Stofko's got to clear Fabio before he can even get to Justin, who's a decent way up there. Let's see, looks like Luke has pit as well. And Luke, the next car up the road from Justin, but a ways up the road. Let's see if you can see Justin coming in the hairpin as Luke's exiting the hairpin. So Luke's still very much in control of this race. Mr. Kitty, I'm sorry, now is not the time.
The last of our top 10 going in for this overcut pit. Seeing if they can gain any poorly positions here.
We got 17th and 18th battling out right now. That's Diaz and Cryo. Shocked to see Cryo so far down the list. I mean, I guess he has already pit, so he's down further than than his actual position would be. But I think he qualified like 15th or something like that. Diaz again all up on him. Not really that close, just a close from that angle. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Durasso. Yeah, Cryo, yeah, he only qualified like 15th or something like that. It might have been even further. Got a battle. This is 9th and 10th. That's Stavko and so Stavko got around Fabio already on that outlap. It looks like. Stop and go 30 for Chase Williams. That's speeding in the pits. That's what that is.
Yep, that's a killer for a race, especially.
Yep.
Looks like his overcut was gonna net him almost 2 positions.
Yeah, it's gutting for sure. That as a driver, that makes you want to bite the bullet, quite literally.
I've had those races where I'm holding that Alt F4 key after a mistake.
Yep. All right, let's see. Further back, Richard and Sloan still going at it. These guys have been going at it a lot. This is actually reminiscent of me and Robbie Daniels last night, passing each other time after time. Also, we got 11th and 12th here. That's going to be Chase Jones and Chase Williams. I think it's Chase Williams. It's something Williams. I'm pretty sure it's Chase. Not Corey. It's Chandler. Okay. Sorry, Chandler. He's got that stop go 30, so I'm sure he's going to dip into the pits. And he does. That releases Chase. Chase will be thankful for that. Chase should get a couple more positions here. So there's a couple of cars still in the pits. Give him another stop go 30 for driving with my number. There you go. Durasso will fix it. Straight from the horse's mouth.
All these pits, everyone's pretty spaced out across the entire track. There's almost no groupings right now.
Yep. And that, I'm sure, that comes down to damage for sure. Everybody having to repair various amounts of damage. Very few people getting lucky enough to not have to repair any damage. I'm sure, Man, I don't know if you saw, there was Tall in our race last night. He dipped into the pits like 5 seconds before the window opened, so it didn't validate his pit stop.
He was right in front of me for the second half of the race, and I was pretty confused.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I thought it was a bug or something.
I didn't recognize his name, so I think don't think he realized what was going on with the pit stops. Not a whole lot to watch right now. Oh, he's 9th and 10th? It is. Fantasia and Morgan going at it. Oh, the fastest lap, you say? It definitely belongs to Luke Lizama. And it is a 159.6. 159.61, but Jacob Stofko has a 159.67. Now, I believe that's this stint. I'm pretty sure they both had faster laps before they pitted. Only by like a tenth or two, but... Yep, that's what I thought, yep. Thank you, Durasso. This is kind of the quiet part of the race, guys. Everybody's not wanting to lose any more positions than they've already had, or they're starting to think about the end of the race and they don't want to lose any positions because of that. Give it another 10 or so minutes. Drivers start getting antsy, start pushing to gain another position or two.
Looks like we got Sloan putting hard pressure on Richard right now.
As soon as you said Sloan, I was like, that must be Richard.
The McLaren through these S's just catches and
absolutely. Absolutely. That was my entire mentality, was get up on them during the S's. Which again, that's probably plays a big part into why I thought that last left-hander coming out of the S's is the best overtaking spot.
What you're telling me is I need to protest to have better BOP from McLaren.
Man, no, the McLaren gets murdered, and that's why I'm so slow down the straights. The McLaren has so much ballast all the time. A 202 flat would put you in the latter third of the grid for sure.
I think top 12 people in the AM race last night were running 2s.
Yeah, no. You definitely want to be in the 201s, or 2 minute flat, 2 minutes somewhere in there to be decent. Obviously, they're like 150. I think didn't Luke do a 158? Is that what we saw, or was it like a 159 flat?
No, it was a 158.7.
Oh yeah, it was like 6. Yeah, Luke did a 1, so P1 in this race was a 158.6. Woohoo! Richard, almost. With just a minor drift there. Oh, still getting squirrely. He's really feeling the pressure from Sloan here. Here, go. Do it, Sloan. I've been talking about it. Oh, come on. You can't back out of that. No. Sloan. Yeah.
Oh, Richard goes wide.
Sloan still all over the rear of him. Spoon will be another opportunity for Sloan to definitely think about a move. Even in them, oh, he gets a little squirrely, needs a good exit, needs to stay right up on him. 130R, you can really carry it through in that McLaren. So, if you're brave, you could try to get it on the brakes coming into the chicane. As you know, like you tried to do to me.
The window is now closed.
Sloan not close enough. Richard giving himself some breathing room. Now watch Sloan close the gap, though, as we come through the S's. And the McLaren just able to carry it through that first corner. Oh, Murillo comes off. That's going to add an extra factor into this equation here. Slowing down Richard. Oh, Sloan could have gone around the outside there. Now Sloan's thrown off his line. Richard now putting Murillo under pressure. But that McLaren powerful, so Murillo able to, and through those S's, Murillo able to get it away. Sloan now coming back. I hate being Richard right now. When you're like, I can't, you know, don't go too hard on the brakes because this guy gets me, but don't be too late on the brakes because I'll plow into that guy. The all-Canadian battle, is that what we're witnessing right now? You are right. That is epic. This makes me think instead of the Foster's chant, but Aussie, 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 Canadian, Canadian, Canadian. Hey, hey, hey.
Who can be nicer in this battle?
Richard gets a little squirrely there. Oh, Sloan, good exit here. It's yours. Oh, Sloan has to lift there though, unfortunately. Oh, we're on Richard. No, I need to be on Sloan. Sloan, brave on the brakes. Oh, maybe a little too brave. No, get it back around without spinning. Pretty good stuff there. And they're coming into Alfonso in the front there, and he's 17. This is turning into quite the battle, guys. So we got Murillo trying to force Afonso to make a defensive move, take him offline. Murillo going to put him under all kinds of pressure through these S's. Sloan going to do the same thing to Richard.
Oh, Richard gets a little squirrely on that.
Oh, Sloan looks up the inside, but can't get it done. Good, respectful driving from these guys. If only I could zoom out further.
Is it going to be who can be the meanest out of this Canadian battle?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Don Queen, after you, sir. No, after you. No, after you. Oh, Richard, loosen it under the bridge for a second there. As they come into the hairpin, Sloan, are you going to be brave?
Oh, they made contact.
Oh, when we see Afonso and the other Canadian go off, Richard loses it there. Oh, it's just turned into an absolute mess. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Murillo and Sloan make it out of that. I'm not even sure what happened with Richard there. Was there contact between him and Bonus, or did he just lose it?
But from what I was watching, it looks like he just kind of lost it on the brakes going into the hairpin.
All right, up front, Justin Turek has overtaken Stavka. Oh yeah, that's right. That happened on his awesome pit strategy. But Stavko has caught back up to the rear of Justin. He's brought Fabio with him. We got 15 minutes left in the race, guys. Things are going to start to get interesting. It's a tough track to overtake on. Both skilled drivers. This will be quite interesting. Luke has got to be so bored right now.
This is when you have that music cued.
Yeah, no, for real. You got a playlist.
It's just a Sunday drive for Luke at the moment.
For real. Never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
At this point, it's the worst spot to be in is Justin, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, absolutely. Justin has the work cut out for him for the rest of the race. Oh, good exit. Justin's a lot faster through that chicane there. But we remember from when they were reversed, Justin couldn't even gain on him in the draft, so that Aston's got to be fast on that straight. What do we got going on here? We got Burns and Bonus in a battle as well. Further back the grid. Coming into, I can't tell who that is in front of them.
Vargas. I'm liking this old school NASCAR livery on Burns.
Yeah, his Days of Thunder. Burns is famous for that, man. I still need to watch Days of Thunder. I'll do it one of these days. How many drive-thrus in the next 15 minutes? That is an excellent question, Don. Because I've been seeing a lot of guys go wide at 130R. And I'm sure there's guys cutting the chicane, too. Justin just a little loose. Coming out of the spoon. Nothing major here.
Just as you peeped away, we got a Rowdy Burns and Bonus Charles making contact and both going off the track.
Oh, man. That should be this. We can pop that up on the screen. Bonus all over the back of Burns here. Sure he's gonna dip to the inside. And he does not. And that is why they made contact. Come on, Bonus. Yeah, at least fake the move there and take him offline.
Looks like Richard has a lot of damage. Just got it overtaken pretty easily by Rafael Duarte.
Stavko putting Justin under so much pressure through the S's as Justin dips the tire into the grass at the start. Now here we come onto the exit here. Stavko trying to dip up the inside. Ooh, Justin going loose. Justin gonna lose 2 positions because of that, but great control to not lose the car there. Back on the race, back on the line. I don't think there was any contact there. I'm sure Stavko just put his car on the inside. That would unsettle me for sure if that happened to me there. Let's see if I can cut back far enough. Yeah, I can. Oh, nope, I didn't cut back far enough to see it from Stavko's angle, but I mean, I saw it there. He definitely didn't touch him. Great pressure from Stavko to claim P2. No accident recorded, so definitely a clean overtake. And that's definitely what you got to do to make an overtake on this track, though, is apply pressure and force a mistake. That is the easiest way to overtake on this track for sure. Screw whatever part of the track we were talking about. Luke, almost 12 seconds ahead with 10 minutes left in the race. Check the track map, see if we got anyone else caught up anywhere. We're 16 and 17. Sloan and Murillo back at it. This is interesting. Sloan's always been behind Murillo, but the gap's been ebbing and flowing, so you would think that means Sloan's actually the quicker of the two. Oh, it's Murillo. Loses it. 130R there. Into the wall he goes. Sloan's going to pick up that position. That's unfortunate. Thankfully, it's just only the one position lost. And now we are on to the next. There ain't anything else on track. You got Stavko and Fabio.
Eighth and ninth.
Yep. Oh, good call. Good call. I didn't even see them.
It's like Miguel putting some pressure over onto Blake.
And this is the Beamer and the Mustang, so they're both straight line and good brakes. These are very equally, similarly matched cars as well. It looks like that Mustang was struggling a little bit for grip through that rear, or through spoon.
I think we got Sloan getting the first drive-through of the race for track limits.
Oh, Don. There it goes. There it goes. So that's going to put Mario back in front of Sloan, too. There's number one. Bonus Charles looks like picked up a 5-second penalty for that collision with Burns we saw earlier. Miguel is all over Morgan right now. 7 minutes left. You guys think Miguel's going to sit passively, or do you think he tries and forces something? I think when you've got their number like this, you gotta try and force it.
Yeah, you can already see some small little errors coming out of the Mustang, especially in these exits. But that straight speed is just so hard to contest.
That thing is a bullet. That thing is a bullet. Hop onto the rear wing. Miguel definitely not gaining anything down the straight there. Making it up in the braking zones. He's right there with them now. Oh, he's coming! He's coming! Oh, but he ran out of room. Still, he's very close coming to this first corner. Has a thought about the inside. Isn't close enough, he realizes. And Morgan doing a good job defensively, staying right on that line. Because I tell you what, you run wide into turn one, you can lose it up the inside for sure. Someone will just creep right up in there.
Oh, looks like Miguel going off track a little bit, losing some time.
Losing some time a little bit. Let's see. Elsewhere on track, there is nothing else. So, I mean, this is it for battles. Oh, wait. What have we back here?
Those last two.
Yep. Who do we have back here? We got Barada and Alfonso battling it out for last place. Man, Barada, I love that livery. That thing is sick looking.
And 5 minutes left. How many drive-thrus can we get? Who's gonna push the limits the hardest here?
From T1 to the hairpin, it's hard to pass the fat kid on a tricycle here. I agree with you for the most part. Again, you know, let's hop on board with someone here. Here we go. We got 8th and 9th coming through the S's right now. So in the McLaren, which is very good through the corners, as we all know. This turn they're coming through right here. I claimed quite a few positions. Obviously, he's not close enough, but if you're right on the rear of them through the S's, you can get a... I just sneak up the inside here and close them out before this right-hander. These guys are all in a different skill level, though, so you're probably, you know, I'm sure that's me abusing the deficit quite a bit, as I qualified pretty far back on the grid.
See if Richard can cause some commotion for Blake here. And let Miguel catch up a little bit.
Yes and no. No, I only got one car where they dipped a tire into the grass there. But again, I'm saying a lot of that's probably a skill deficit there, but because I was able to upshift to 4th, like right as I hit that last left-hander, and could stay pinned the whole time. So, but I'd have to time it to not have to lift and run into the car in front of me. So, I mean, it's difficult to do with the McLaren corner. It likes the high-speed corners. Richard definitely backing these two up a little bit. Mata has caught back, or Mata. I can't think of who that was. Miguel.
Miguel.
Yeah. Miguel has
like
caught back
gives
up.
Way.
Yep, and releases those two through. Oh, it is Mata. All right, man. I know what this feels. Oh, Mata! Oh man, he saved it though. He saved it. He didn't lose it, but now he's got to catch back up. And I know exactly what this was like. I was trying to pass Robbie the last several laps, and I made a mistake. I fell back like a second coming into the final lap, and ended up getting him into the chicane.
The same spot he made the mistake on earlier too, when they were bumper to bumper.
I totally understand that, man. Though there's pressure when you're driving at all points. Someone's behind you, pressure. Someone's in front of you, pressure.
Looks like 10th and 11th we have Rio Castro putting some hard pressure on Phil as well.
And yes, you can elongate the straight if you give up the entry there, but thankfully the McLaren, being so aero dependent, doesn't need to elongate. You give me all I need is the entry. Leader is on the final lap, folks. The leader, in case you were wondering, is still Luke Lozama, by the way. Check up with the front two. Stavko still holding on to P2. Fabio right there, P3. Where did our boys in 9th and 8th go? Oh, Mata is very close. Why is that the... What's that out of the camp? Wasn't close enough. It looked like he was gonna get it done coming down that straight, or at least have a thought. But man, that Mustang, once you get it pointed, it is going. Make sure to keep my eyes on Luke. Where the heck is he?
Oh, Ryu takes out Phil for 10th spot.
Oh no! Let's get a replay here. I should have enough time before. Luke crosses the line, coming through the S's here.
Definitely, he got antsy with the overtake and wanted to force it.
Oh man, yep. I mean, last lap jitters for sure. That'll happen. I don't even know if I call that jitters, but just antsiness. All right, but here, oh, hop on with them. Here's Luke Lizama crossing the finish line in P1 for the first race of season 13. Well done, Luke. Jacob Stofko gonna cross in P2, followed by Fabio in P3. Justin Turek, P4. I told you were gonna finish P4. Who's behind him? I can't see. Chase
Jones.
Chase Jones finished in P5. Click on to, there we go. Jake Finn coming in P6. Oh, bit of an incident in the chicane. We'll see what that equated to as Fantazi crosses in P7. And Mata has taken him in the chicane and crosses P9. We don't know if that was because of a collision. It must have been because he lets him by right before the line. That's a smart move, too. We got a whole bunch of people crossing the line right there. At least I got you all on screen. Cryo crossing the line in P13. I got to start taking that, though, because you lose way less positions if you stop at the line. Batista, P14. I'm pretty sure he started like P22, so that's a pretty good try from him. Afonso coming in at P23. P15 is going to be Costa. P24 going to be Barada. It says P23. I'm not sure what track. Their ACC TV says P24. That's interesting. And then still managing to be on the lead lap. Ooh, is this a little bit of a battle we got going on here? Maybe just a friendly line crossing. I think it's a friendly line crossing between friends. Rio and Vargas crossing the line there. Burns, P18. Duarte, 19. And P20. I thought I said Bonus Charles. That must have been another blue Porsche. Sorry. Crossing the line in P20. So that is going to do it, guys, for the first race. I'm going to throw up the intermission screen. I'll get the interviews. Get the highlight reel, and hopefully be able to wrangle down some people. There we go. Alright, let's get the highlight reel going, and let's see where the podium finishes are. Let me turn the ACC volume down a little bit. That's pretty loud. We don't need that loud. Where are the VCs? They're there. I don't have yoink privileges? All right, bear with me. We're experiencing some technical difficulties. I'm going to try one more thing to get a interview going here. Durasso, for the record, I can't yoink anybody. I'm gonna message Luke, see if he can hop in here. Luke, trying to get Luke. Oh, I know. I was gonna message the other two, but I know Luke's fine with being yoinked. I gotta message everybody anyway. But I don't know if anybody can get in here.
Hello.
Hey, Luke, how's it going? Fantastic race, my dude.
Yeah, it was good. I got my blood pumping for sure.
I bet. I mean, did it though? Because I mean, it was pretty. Qualifying maybe a little bit, but it was. I mean, I commented a couple times. My attention span would have been. I would have been losing it.
No, you can.
Sure.
Yeah, you can never. With Stofko, Justin, especially Chase Jones, he was, I think, my biggest threat this entire weekend.
Okay.
Seeing them putting in practice times in the server that were better than mine, I was just stressing whole week.
Okay.
If you told me I got first this week, I would have told you lied.
Okay. Well, great stuff from you. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see too much action out of you, but we did get to see a very commanding performance. You thinking you can carry that through for the rest of the season? It's been a couple seasons without you.
Yeah. Well, life busy, and definitely this season you're going to see a much more consistent Luke.
All right.
I'm going to be in the front almost every race. I'm sure of it.
Awesome.
I like the confidence.
Looking forward to it for sure.
Mike, I got a question for you here. Were you surprised by the gap you were able to kind of compile in the first couple laps? Looks like by lap 4 you were 6 seconds ahead. Were you kind of surprised by that?
Yes, no. Am I surprised? Because I know Stofko likes to fight people wheel to wheel, so I expected them to have some rubbing. I definitely expected them to slow each other down, but I wasn't expecting to be 10 seconds ahead at the end. You know, Stofko had a much better second stint than I did. I think he was pulling on me a little bit by a second. And yeah, I mean, the Porsche tires were just giving out, but no, I wasn't really expecting to have this much of a gap. Much more little.
Yeah, that was shocking to see, but also exciting to see for sure. It's exciting to see for me see you come back in such great form for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, awesome.
Nice to have you commentating as well.
Yeah, it's fun. I honestly, truthfully, almost look forward to this more than I do my own races now.
No, dude, every time you commentate is great. I love rewatching the races, like when I go to sleep.
Thank you. Before we let you go, where are we next week? Do you know? I should know, but I didn't. Do my
Red
due
Bull
diligence.
Ring.
Red Bull Ring.
Right
That's
around the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, I was gonna say you sound
Strong
excited by
Porsche
that.
track.
Awesome,
Strong Porsche track.
All right, so look for Luke to do a repeat performance next week, guys.
If I don't get taken out, I take somebody out.
All right, awesome, Luke. Thanks for stopping by. We'll let you get back to it, and we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thank you to you both. Take care.
Mm-hmm. All right, Stofko did say he's down for an interview. I can't find him. So give me just 1 second to message him back and tell him to hop in a VC. We are just tracking him down. Real quick, we got, let's see, Justin and Stofko on screen right now, running through the highlights. I feel like Will Buxton. All right. And yes, I can yoink again. Awesome. Jacob, great race, man. How you feeling after that? I'm sure it was pretty intense for you battling with Justin pretty much the entire time.
Hey, thank you for inviting me for interview. First of all, yeah, it was very challenging race for me. I messed up pressures at the beginning for the first stint, so I was kind of struggling to find the pace and struggling to put the tires in the right window, and that caused me basically slowing down pretty much the pack and getting into the battles, which were fun on the other hand, but it kind of took away opportunity for me to fight for the P1, which was my goal at the beginning. But yeah, great job to Luke. He did very well. No mistakes, great pace, so well deserved.
Yeah, great race from Luke. I will say we just had an interview with you. You were one of the people he was worried about. So and also on that note, great to see with the much stronger performance. You were looking so strong in every race last season, and then at one point or another, it would almost always come undone. So great to see you put one together. Looking forward to you challenging Luke for the wins coming forward for sure.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah. Like last season, every race something bad happened, so I was kind of preparing for this race a little bit better, and yeah, hoping that luck will be on my side, which at the end was. So yeah, I'm looking for the season. It's gonna be a fun season. So we'll see how it's gonna all end up.
Likewise, for sure. Brett, you got any questions for Jacob here?
We got Red Bull Ring coming up next week. What are you expecting to come out of that race? Are you kind of expecting the same results? Kind of expecting anybody in the group to kind of push ahead?
I honestly don't know how is Aston Martin performance-wise on that track in comparing to a Porsche, which Luke has. But that's definitely one of my favorite tracks, which I can perform better. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. There is a lot of overtaking opportunities there. That track gives you a good chance to overtake. So you guys, I guess, can look forward to good battles and race full of action, I guess.
Absolutely, especially with you and Luke both saying it sounds like you both like the Red Bull Ring. So it sounds like we're in for a fight. And then lastly, before we let you go, I was pretty shocked at how powerful Justin's undercut was. Were you? Did that take you by surprise to see him get you by that much after just one lap?
Sorry, I couldn't hear the first part of questions.
During the pit window, I was shocked at how much time Justin gained with his undercut on you. Did that shock you as well? It looked like you responded because you took that position back from Fabio almost immediately on your outlap.
Yeah, it didn't honestly surprise me because I had really bad pit entry. I was overcautious. I don't know if you guys remember, but I think it was the last season when I overdid it on the pit entry and I got like 30-second penalty. Yep. So I was cautious. That was the first thing. And then when I was parking in the pit stop, in the pit place, I kind of missed it by a little margin. So an ACC is very strict with it. It kind of it gives you a little penalty of moving you to the right spot, and it gave me like a 3 or 2 second extra. So I knew I'm gonna be coming behind the Porsche. What was his name? Sorry, Turek. But I didn't know that I'm gonna end up also behind the Aston Martin, which was surprising. But yeah, luckily for me, he made a mistake in the first couple of laps. But yeah, I was kind of like I knew it's gonna be hard because it's really difficult to overtake in Sazuka, which you guys could see when I was following him. So I was expecting it's gonna be difficult, but yeah, it was fun.
Well, awesome. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us, Jacob. Looking forward to seeing you battle next week. See what you bring to the table for sure. Watching your fight for the championship. So we'll let you get back to it, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thank you guys. Thanks for organizing these races. I'm gonna definitely watch the race in the replay. So yeah, see you next week.
All right, sounds great. Thank you, Jacob. All right, guys, and it looks like I am unable to track down our P3, so that'll do it on interviews. Want to take a moment, thank the stewards. Obviously, a huge part of this. Big thanks to ORL, all of our sponsors, who I should have a list of, but the only list I could find was a very outdated Patreon list. So I'm sorry to you guys. I know a couple of you, but I'm not going to only list a couple names. So I'll make sure to have that handy for next week.
And thanks to everyone that participated in the race tonight. I mean, can't have a race if we don't have any drivers.
That is an excellent point, Brett. Big thanks to the racers for sure. Reminder, guys, we are, let's see, Sunday. We are the Euro League. I think we have something starting on Saturday, but I don't think it's this Saturday. And then on Tuesdays, we've got a late night mixed class race. I don't think that one's broadcasted yet, but if you're looking to get in on some action, that's a good one. It's going to be 9 o'clock West Coast time, midnight East Coast time. And then Wednesdays, you can catch me and Brett racing in the rookies. That one for sure is broadcasted. I'm Nate. I'm going to sign off and let you guys go. I'm sure Brett will say goodbye as well, but we'll catch you next week.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. You have a great one.